Hello, welcome to another review video, and in today's video I'll be talking about the long awaited for Rio DeFi blockchain project, which are building on the substrate framework and are interoperable with Polkadot. Now, not only are they interoperable with Polkadot, but they'll actually play an important role in the Polkadot ecosystem as everything comes together. So I'm going to be talking about that, of course, while we're looking through their website. Now, of course, this token is not available yet on the market. They're still conducting their crowd sale, and they haven't actually replied to everybody yet who has submitted the form and have been whitelisted for the crowd sale. They have done a private sale. They've done other token sales too. So we will need to wait to see if they're going to reply back to those people. Maybe they've already replied back to some. I've been whitelisted too, but I haven't received any email back from them to do KYC, so I'm still waiting. If not, then the only option is pretty much on the exchange. And one of the things that we got to keep in mind with this specific coin, and it's actually a token at the beginning, is that it is going to be an ERC20 token on the Ethereum blockchain. And later, when their actual Rio blockchain is going to be live, which is Rio Chain, then they're going to do that token swap from ERC20 over to the Rio blockchain. So it's going to turn into a coin, and the coin is going to be called Or Fuel. So Or Fuel is also going to be, again, just to reiterate, on the Ethereum blockchain initially as part of this token sale. So what is Rio DeFi all about? And again, just before we get into this, I just want to let you know this isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Do check the disclaimer in the description. And if you're new here, my name is Claudio and this is Chain, the channel where I do crypto news, reviews, tutorials, and interviews. So please hit that subscribe button and the like or dislike if you don't like this video. But please enable notifications if you're new here so you don't miss the next video I upload that may interest you. As always, leave a comment below if you have any sort of question, any sort of doubt about the topic I discuss. But to continue on here, Rio DeFi are that blockchain project on which Mantra DAO are building up on. So basically Mantra DAO are going to be, as you know, they are a DeFi project. I have done a review on them on this channel, so do check out that video. If you're watching this on YouTube, it should pop up on the top right hand corner of the screen. Do check that out. But they're a DApp with a they're basically a DeFi DApp, decentralized application, that are building on top of Rio Chain. So hence why Rio DeFi is actually even more important than Mantra DAO, because this is the core blockchain where all these different dApps are going to be interconnecting with each other on top of the substrate framework. So that means that all of these different dApps interconnecting on Rio DeFi, on Rio Chain, are going to be connecting to Polkadot's parachains as well, and everything's going to come together. You're going to have, basically, you're going to have connectivity between all these different blockchains, be it Polkadot and be it Rio Chain. So very, very interesting project indeed. I'm really bullish on this. Now, one thing to keep in mind, because I have checked their white paper, and actually they're updating, I think, some steps in the white paper because we cannot access all the pages at the moment. I don't know what kind of updates they're doing, but on the tokenomics bit, I do gotta say that Or Fuel does have 1 billion total supply. So unless they're gonna change something, maybe that's why we can't access it yet. I just want to let you know this is how it's gonna be. I have checked it a couple of days ago before doing this review video. So what is their mission? Rio DeFi is a blockchain technology company, and their mission is to accelerate the mass adoption of digital assets by bridging traditional and decentralized finance. So that's very important here, because we're seeing that the whole purpose of Rio Chain is to work with DeFi, right? They're creating a dedicated blockchain technology for the DeFi space, which are interoperable with Polkadot. So you can't get any more bullish than this, right? All the DeFi dApps are going to try and build directly on Rio Chain at some point in the future. Hence why they're making this chain possible. They're making this chain adaptable for DeFi, right? That's all they're going to focus on. They're not going to focus on 100 things at the same time and not even achieve one. They're only focusing on DeFi. So that's why I'm really bullish on Rio DeFi, and I've got my eyes on it as well. Now, at the heart of Rio DeFi ecosystem is Rio Chain, a powerful digital infrastructure tailored for mass adoption. When designing Rio Chain, we prioritize security, speed, scalability, and interoperability. Of course, we do need to have this, right? Because if we don't have this nowadays, you don't last. Now we've got security, which are the Rio Chain validators verifying the parachain state, transition, and register them on the relay chain. So here we can see how Rio Chain is going to play an important role on Polkadot's ecosystem, right? Because we know relay chains are on Polkadot. Of course, parachains are on Polkadot, so Rio Chain validators are going to verify the parachain state once we get those parachains. And again, you cannot get parachains on Polkadot yet. The parachain auctions haven't started, so when they do, then we're going to see, of course, Rio Chain getting close to completion, hopefully at some point, and then they're going to start doing that. They're going to play together. Interoperability, so virtual machine interpreters supporting WebAssembly, light client requirements, customizable consensus algorithms. Adaptability, Rio Chain virtual machine interpreter supports WebAssembly. Parachains can adopt any type of consensus algorithm. So that is pretty cool because they're given parachains adaptability. Now the Rio Chain ecosystem comes ready-made with a comprehensive suite of tools. Rio Wallet is accessible from either a smartphone or web browser, enabling users to store a wide variety of digital assets. Rio Block Explorer allows anyone to easily monitor the network, view transactions, and check wallet balances. So this is the typical stuff that every blockchain has. So of course it's going to be the same, and as we can see here on the top right hand corner, we've got the Block Explorer and we've got the wallet, which isn't available yet. Now, of course, Rio Chain is a public blockchain built on the Parity substrate framework and fully compatible with the Polkadot network. Rio Wallet provides access to payment systems and allows users to withdraw fiat off their crypto accounts. So that is pretty cool. They're going to have that connectivity with the fiat gateway. Liquidity. So Rio DeFi bridges centralized and decentralized financial systems and can facilitate cross-chain transactions. So here we go. This is the important aspect to keep in mind here. The fact that we've got financial systems, likely banks, right? Because they're saying they can withdraw to fiat, connecting to Rio Chain in order to then be able to use the DeFi technology, decentralized finance, in which you can get loans or request loans using cryptocurrency as collateral. So basically they're allowing you to purchase crypto with fiat and then to be able to use that crypto as collateral to get loans without having to require any kind of proof or any kind of you don't need anything basically to prove that you're going to pay that back, because you're going to use crypto as collateral. So the loan will never actually surpass the amount of your collateral. It's always going to be less, right? So this is one of the problems that I've discussed with Hashoshi, who's an Ethereum developer. We've actually had a dedicated video. If you're interested, do check it out. It should pop up on the top right hand corner, where we broke down this issue with DeFi at the moment. And there are people that are saying perhaps there is a way to bridge that gap with the physical assets and the digital assets, right? So for example, let's say you want to get a loan because you want to buy a home. Well, maybe you could use that home as collateral, so that, you know, if you don't pay back the loan, then of course the home will be taken away from you. So in that case, somebody in the comment actually mentioned something interesting, and that is to tokenize the home. So if you tokenize the home, then the home has a value online, right? It is a digital asset. And not only that, but the contract of the home could also be digitalized. So assuming that you're in a country which would accept something like that, using a smart contract, you could actually digitalize a home contract so that the homeowner cannot sell that home until there's a call to that smart contract to say, okay, I'm changing the signatures, I'm doing this, and everything is done digitally using an app. So that would be pretty cool, because then that would allow you to take a loan bigger than your collateral. And this is the whole point of this space, is to expand to this kind of scenario where you can get loans without requiring that credit score, without requiring without requiring any kind of proof that you normally give to a bank in order to get that loan approved. Because a lot of times people don't get their loans approved. Maybe they work in a job where their salary isn't paying them too well. There are limitations like that. So that's why we want to see that gap being bridged now and hopefully solved at some point in the future. It's still a long way away, I think, but we're working towards that, as we can see here. And Rio DeFi is trying to bridge that gap. So a very interesting project indeed from that point of view. Now, they do host a broad array of decentralized applications, and here we can see they've got Mantra DAO, Bitpool, and KOJ, or I think it's KQJ. I'm not sure. I haven't heard of this project before. We've got the Rio DeFi white paper, which I did mention that is not fully visible yet, or not fully readable. I'm not sure why. They're probably working on it. But let's take a look at the team here, because I'm sure you want to see the team. And here's the team. So we've got James Anderson, who's the CEO and co-founder. James is a blockchain advocate and serial entrepreneur whose involvement in blockchain goes back to early 2013. So he's contributed to the Ethereum ICO. So he must have a lot of money, of course, hence how he founded Rio Chain. Rio DeFi is the company name. James embarked on a journey into social entrepreneurship. Most notably, James co-founded Social Evolution, a non-profit organization whose aim is to raise awareness about the potential of digital currencies and the benefits of decentralized finance. Then we've got Calvin NG here, who apparently has been working in the gaming industry, and what's interesting is that he had involvement for World of Warcraft, which is a very popular game. As you can see here, he basically brought franchises such as Daytona, USA, and World of Warcraft in Asia. So Calvin then decided to join the blockchain landscape in 2016. So yeah, I mean, we've got some people here that have some experience in the space, as we can see. What's interesting about this guy here, the technical director, Argulin, is that apparently he was mining crypto, he was mining Bitcoin back in 2009. Okay, so in the early days. So again, another guy who probably thought, you know, Bitcoin is not gonna grow so much in price. He probably sold early and he's regretting it, hence why he has a full-time job now working as a technical director. I'm sure he managed to get a lot of money, you know, mining Bitcoin back then, but it's unlikely that he's kept all that. Otherwise, he wouldn't be working in a full-time job, right? Let's be honest. Who's gonna do that if you're a multimillionaire? So we can see that this is a scenario here where this guy's been in the crypto space for so long. I mean, it's amazing. So yeah, the team seems pretty solid here. They've got all the different directors here, the executive team basically, then the advisors. So we've got Dr. Ginyu Yu from Hong Kong, we've got Sunny Chung, and we've got John Patrick Mullin from Mantra DAO, who's an advisor for Rio Chain as well. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty much it here. Again, with the white paper, unfortunately we can't see it. I would have loved to. But yeah, I mean, in the Rio Fuel section here on page 19, we should have been able to see some information, but it's not available, as you can see. But like, let me just say that it is 1 billion. I'm just going to reiterate that 1 billion total supply. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, you know. It is a blockchain token, a blockchain coin, but it's going to start off as a token, as I mentioned, on the Ethereum blockchain as an ERC20. The crowd sale is still on at the moment. We don't know if you got in. If you have submitted the application, you need to wait for an official email from the team. If you get the email, that means you'll be asked to do KYC and you can take part. If not, then you need to wait till it hits exchanges, of course, and it'll very likely trade on Uniswap because it is an ERC20 and all the ERC20s tend to go on Uniswap nowadays. So that was it from today's video. Let me know what you think. How bullish are you on Rio Chain? Personally, I'm very bullish on Rio Chain and I've got my eyes on it. So if I can't take part in the crowd sale, I will try and get in when it hits exchanges, obviously depending on the price movement and so on. But long term, I do think that Rio Chain have a good shot, especially working with Polkadot, who we've seen how well they've performed. Thank you very much for watching this video and I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.